Hello people of YouTube, I'm the Raw Gamer and this is a GTA 4 mods video on the Iron Man 2.0 mod. So in previous mods which have just added the ability to play as Iron Man and use his weapons, this mod also adds the whole of Stark Tower, which includes a range of usable armours, go away Roman, a helicopter landing pad, a garage where vehicles can be stored and several other little features. So as you can see, I'm currently in the Mark III Iron Man suit. I'll just land. There we go. So anyway, Iron Man suit's nicely textured, looks pretty good. There's the helicopter. Sorry about that weird red flashing sky glitch, I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. So this is the main floor, there's a save point here where you can save your game instead of a bed, so that's quite cool. And here's the range of armours, so there's quite a few of them. I haven't actually counted them, but they're all usable. You can go up to any of them and press the button in order to use them. Now, as well as all the options of the mod being available from here, there's also a new menu. If you press the 0 button on the right of your keyboard in the number pad, mod menu comes up, Iron Man 4. You can now choose between all the armours from this menu. You can make yourself invincible if you choose to be, or never wanted if you choose to be. You can spawn hostile or friendly robots. You can adjust the HUD of your Iron Man suit to these varying different degrees of complexity, including none. Change flight collision, Jarvis, armor configuration, and there's also a teleport to Stark Tower option. So yeah, this is Tony Stark's place. You can go to various different levels of it. If I press right and then E, I can go to the living floor, I think. Yeah, this is a living floor. So you could, if you've got the sitting down mod, you could kick back and relax on these chairs, just have a bit of a chill out, or you can go and explore the city. So controls are normal to start with. To fly, you hold down the jump button, which is space, and then holding down shift while stationary makes you go up. But then if you start to move forward and then press shift, then you go into flying mode. And the more you push forward on W or your analog stick or whatever, the faster you go. So you can go quite quick, as I'm sure you've noticed. And then if you pull back on the stick, then eventually you will go back to hover mode. So that's pretty cool. You seem to have quite a lot of armour. You have 1,000 armour, as the HUD suggests, so you can do that.
Careful, sir.
So you get that amusing warning from Jarvis, and you don't die because you have your armour, so that's quite cool. Now, when you're just hanging about, you have a variety of different weapon options true to the Iron Man series. So number 1 on your keyboard is just a standard machine gun, which is taken from the game. If you go to number 2, you have heat-seeking missiles which home into people's heads. Not missiles, sorry, darts. So it locks on when you look at people, does that, and then you fire, and it's insta-kill. Number 3 is heat-seeking missile. So that works by the same lock-on system. Boom. Number 4 is the hand repulsor. So you can only fire this mode in now, but it's fairly effective. It'll set cars on fire straight away. Number 4 or 5 now. 5 is the chest repulsor, so that is considerably more powerful. There's a limit to how much you use these laser weapons, which is in the bottom left corner of the screen, underneath the circle Iron Man chest piece symbol, is the energy meter, which flashes when you've used too much. So that's quite cool. So those are the weapons. Now, should you want to store a vehicle in a slightly more reliable way than the game's conventional car parking space save thing, then you go down to the base of Stark Tower in the cleared area, like this. And over here is Tony Stark's garage. So driving cars in there will save them, For some reason this is marked as Tony Stark's car. It's a Comet. So that's basically like the tracker system in GTA 5. Press right to enter the garage. Right E. And as you can see, the vehicle is now successfully stored inside my house, and I can access it from any time by getting into it, and that'll let me drive it back out. So yeah, that's the weapons and the other features covered. There's also your helicopter pad where you can use your helicopter, and the one thing I haven't yet shown you is the retextured main character. So as you can see here, I am no longer Nico Bellic, I am Tony Stark. So the animation is fairly good, he doesn't look too bad, fairly Tony Stark-like, or Robert Downey Jr. should I say. Little bit rigid, the face animation, not that much movement in his face, because obviously it's not a professionally made animation. Not to say it's a bad animation, of course, the modder who made this did do a very good job. So the link to this mod is in the description. To install it you need a GTA 4 package mod installer thing. I've forgotten what it's called, I'll link that in the description too. And it's basically, the mod is an OIV file within a zip folder. So you unzip it and then you use the OIV file with the package installer, and that's literally all you have to do. And then once the game starts, you just press the 0 key on your number pad on the right to bring up the modding menu, and that's about it. So there can be some errors, occasionally it won't load properly, sometimes your vehicles won't load, but in general it's a pretty well made mod. If you have any questions about it, feel free to comment on this video or inbox me and I'll do my best to help. The only slight, it's not really an issue, but if you're using an Xbox controller, it can be a little bit problematic in terms of controls. So obviously moving around normally is fine. Oh no, flying does work. So the flying itself is fine, but the weapons don't always seem to work. So if I select, strange. So yeah, you can have some slight issues with the Xbox controller, but in general it works fairly well. I've just realised it says in the bottom left what thing you have equipped. There's now a picture of the armour repulsor. So yeah, you do a whole lot of awesome stuff that you can't do in the ordinary game. This is going to hurt. And I even managed to die in the Iron Man suit. That's quite impressive. So on that bombshell, I shall end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions, comment, inbox, etc., links for the mods and stuff are in the description below. Bye guys.